Hello friends, today we're looking at The Black Box by 1010 Music. As you probably gathered by this stage of the video, the Black Box's main role is a sampler. What's interesting about it though is the software that's built into it and the way it can arrange your samples. A pretty dramatic example there from the generous set of presets available with the Black Box. Let's get back to basics. This should look pretty familiar. Press the buttons, you get a sound. Some of these presets really are nice. There's a keyboard mode for sample playback as well. This one's a drum set, just like a normal general MIDI arrangement, but it can also be chromatic depending on the sample.
Oh, what you do? What you do? Oh,
what you do to me.
And here's the waveform screen, obviously giving you a graphical representation of whatever you're playing. I found this to be a bit laggy. See what I mean there? It took a long time for the visual feedback to catch up with the audio. Also, I might actually be going wrong there because that waveform didn't seem to really represent what we were hearing. This one's a bit more literal in its appearance. Again, bit of lag, but it's no problem. So I'm sure you're getting the picture. Plenty of samples at our disposal, plenty of editing options, plenty of sequencing options, and effects. As you can see here, I'm trying pretty hard to make these effects work, but it turns out I'm actually controlling the parameters on a sample that's not even playing. My bad. But the complexity of these sounds really shows us what the Black Box's effects and sampling system are capable of. Yeah, that glitchy stuff is really my jam. It can also play things very sequentially and very synchronized. Let's build this next one up slowly. This preset gives us a pretty unconventional way to use a sampler, but it all comes together very nicely. keep an eye on the blue lines under each sample. They show which ones are playing and how far they've got left before they cycle through again. And as I activate and deactivate samples, they all synchronize beautifully. Everything lands in the right spot. This next sequence features a lot of one-shot samples. I have to say with some embarrassment that I messed around with this for at least half an hour before I got any serious sound out of it. I found it initially really confusing. 1 hour in though, I think it's amazingly simple. What was wrong with me? And compositions don't just have to be made up of looped samples. You can set up a series of sequences, activating them one after another, keeping time perfectly. This is the mixer screen where you can change things like panning. I'm starting to get the hang of this effects system. The ability to start and stop samples in synchronicity with the overall composition is what's really fresh about the black box. It reminds me a little bit of Roland's RPS system, but of course that was not sample-based, that was all purely MIDI data. This is the first time I've seen it in a sampler, and it's great. I love the keyboard samples in this excellent preset. Something weird happens here with the effects and the keyboard just goes crazy. Check this out. I hope you enjoyed that basic demo, friends. It seems to me that the black box is going to give me everything that I ever wanted in a sampler. And now, of course, I've got that depressing feeling that musicians get where you see the mountain of creative work ahead of you that needs to be done. Anyway, let me know what your opinion is about the black box. And here's some links to other devices which are also called the black box. Not necessarily relevant, but I thought it might be interesting. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.